From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we had a round of some rain showers move through earlier this morning. Temperatures are already starting to fall. We're looking at temperatures into the 50s area-wide, 56 degrees in Lansing and Grand Ledge, 60 degrees in Jackson and Hillsdale. Satellite radar is looking like we're having those quiet conditions moving in, and we're going to continue to see quiet conditions area-wide, and we're also going to see those temperatures cooling down just a little bit into the mid 50s around the day today. I think we're going to see the mid to upper 50s depending on how much sunshine we get, and we'll see some cloudy skies as well. There's something else that we would like to keep you guys posted about. There is a traffic accident on I-96 that has a portion of both eastbound and westbound I-96 closed. According to MDOT, the accident has occurred on Okemos Road east to Williamston Road west closed. We do have a 6 News reporter on the way to the scene, and we'll have updates as it becomes available. 6 News this morning starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News this morning.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. Thank you for waking up with us. It's Saturday, April 19th. I'm Karina Prieto, and we're here for you now with this morning's top stories. We start today in Washington, where the Supreme Court has ordered the Trump administration to stop using the Alien Enemies Act to deport Venezuelans in northern Texas. The move is only temporary, but it's a clear signal that the highest court wants the administration to stop using the 18th century law until further notice. It comes after a separate decision last week that said deportations could only happen after the accused had been given a reasonable amount of time to put together a defense and a day in court to argue their case. The case that sparked the overnight decision comes after an emergency appeal was brought by the American Civil Liberties Union, who argues the government was preparing to restart deportations. The ACLU has also challenged the Trump administration's ability to revoke student visas. A new lawsuit filed yesterday will ask the court to reinstate the legal status of thousands of students, including some staying at Michigan's biggest schools like MSU, U of M, Western, and Eastern. About 1,100 students have been affected by recent changes, and colleges say they're having a hard time figuring out why certain students have been targeted because most of them have not taken part in campus protests. The Association of International Educators reports that foreign students attending American colleges contribute nearly $44 billion to the U.S. economy and are a pipeline to in-demand high-tech and research jobs. CBS's Andreas Gutierrez shows us how these problems are leaving them and key industries in limbo.
The talent that fuels labs and startups at universities across the nation may be forced out.
It just feels like you're less welcome in this country as time goes on. And
this Boston grad, who asked we conceal his identity, moved halfway across the world to get a master's in finance.
What made you come to America to study?
The American markets is one of the most competitive markets. If you understand how to work in the U.S. markets as a finance person, you could work anywhere else in the world.
He graduated, got hired as a quantitative analyst, and even received his work permit days ago. Then an email changed everything. Screenshots from a federal database showed his SEVIS record, the digital proof of a valid student visa, as terminated. He is one of more than 1,000 international students whose legal status disappeared.
How fearful are your clients right now once they get that notification?
Very fearful. A lot of them, they change their address because they know the ICE might get them deported. They have reason to do that.
ICE appears to be out of control.
In Atlanta, attorneys like Charles Cook are fighting on behalf of 150 students under the threat of deportation. He believes the Trump administration is using artificial intelligence to target them.
They said AI, here's all the students. Check it against every database, every criminal database, every civil database, every immigration database. If you get a hit, send them a revocation.
No specific response from DHS to our questions about AI. Most international students aren't eligible for federal financial aid, and so many pay full tuition, helping keep colleges afloat.
The long term, you think that this is going to end up hurting the innovation that America can do?
I mean, definitely in the perception of people's minds of, what the U.S. stands for in terms of the forefront of technology and things like that.
While others are choosing to stay and fight, our Boston grad plans to leave the country.
I want to build a career, and this is my prime. If I don't start now, then when?
Taking years of training, talent, and ambition somewhere else. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
We want to move our attention overseas now, where officials from the U.S. and Iran are gathering in Rome for a second round of nuclear talks. These crucial negotiations could have a lasting impact on the future of the region. Iran hopes to get some relief from crushing U.S. sanctions that contributed to an economic collapse inside of the country. And the Americans are hoping to get assurances that put Iran on the path towards a non-existent nuclear program. If the talks fail, the nation would be free to build an atomic weapon, and the U.S. and Israel would start planning airstrikes to prevent that. In other parts of the Middle East, Iran's allies in Yemen have announced more than 70 deaths caused by the U.S. strikes on an oil port on Friday. U.S. officials say it's just the first step in a new bombing campaign against the Houthis, who have been harassing Western cargo ships since the war in Gaza began. Officials in Yemen say the attack was completely unjustified and described the port as a civilian facility that has served the people of Yemen for decades. Well, here in Michigan, health officials have confirmed the state's first official measles outbreak since 2019. An outbreak is declared when there have been more than 3 new cases from one incident, and that happened in Montcalm County and other parts of mid-Michigan. The Barry Eaton District Health Department is investigating a potential case of measles in an Eaton County resident and is alerting the public about potential exposure while these test results are pending. Infected people can spread measles before noticing symptoms, including from 4 days before through 4 days after the rash appears. Potential exposure sites include April 12th at the King Ocean Crab Restaurant on Miller Street in Lansing from 6:30 to 10, and April 13th at Bad Brad's Barbecue on South Baldwin Road in Orion Township from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. And as a reminder, a confirmed case in Ingham County has led health officials to schedule a measles vaccination clinic next week. It'll take place on Tuesday, April 22nd from 3 to 7 p.m. at 5303 Cedar Street in Lansing. It'll happen in the Conference Room A on the 2nd floor, and walk-ins are welcome. You'll want to bring your insurance card if you have one and a photo ID.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we had some rain showers move through earlier this morning, leaving us with some wet roads, and we're seeing that even down into Jackson. The roads are improving, and we're also seeing the clouds slowly starting to move out. I think by the afternoon and evening, we might even see some sunshine. But overall, we're still seeing temperatures into the 40s and even into the 50s right now. But take a look at our temperatures across Michigan and even the Midwest. We're looking at temperatures into the 50s in Hillsdale, 67 in Detroit, 40s and 30s as we're heading west. So I like to play a little bit of a game called Find the Cold Front. If you guessed draped right overhead, you are correct. And we're going to continue to see that cold front pull to the east, and eventually we'll see quiet and a lot cooler temperatures and feels like for the day today. As we head or zoom closer in, there's those rain showers that we saw earlier, and we're going to continue to see quiet conditions across the area. A lot of lightning to our south. As you can see, that's right where we're going to see that severe thunderstorm warning, but nothing in our area for this morning other than maybe just a few sprinkles as we head throughout the afternoon. I think by this afternoon we'll even see some sunshine and some peaks of sunshine, so we'll feel a lot better for today. I actually downgraded our temperature just a little bit. We're going to be back into the 50s, around 57 degrees for today. One thing that I'm looking forward to is a lot less humidity. So this morning, I don't know about you, but I know we were talking about it earlier, but we can feel it in the air.
Yes.
Our hair is very frizzy and hard to dry after showers, the morning showers. And again, our humidity will decrease as the day goes on. So eventually we'll feel very nice and refreshing for today.
Right. You might want to opt for an umbrella rather than a jacket, because I came and I had to take off my jacket and it was a light one.
I had my light rain jacket. I'm like, hey, it's not raining really bad, but still good thing to have it.
All right. Well, thank you, Kelsey.